welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video for you guys today. Now today I'm actually going to be excited because I'm doing my first road trip in my Tesla Model 3, and as you guys know, it's fully electric. It's different. It's not just as simple as going to go get gas or whatever. So it's going to be a little different. So I'm in my parking garage right now, and pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys all the ways of charging the car, the stops along the way, what type of supercharger stations are going to be along the way, and just the experience overall, everything, how much it costs, everything. So you're going to stay tuned to this video. It's a long one, so stay tuned, guys, and it's going to be fun. So I'm going to show you what we're doing with the car right now in terms of charging, how much range we have, and what we're starting off with. All right, so let's get in the car right now. All right, so here we are in the car. I'm actually going to a Tesla service center in Georgia. That is where our destination is going to be today. It's a different type of route, to be completely honest with you. So the good thing about Tesla navigation, it pretty much shows you the supercharger stations you have to stop along the way. Now, I actually charged to 100%. It's at 99 now, which is equivalent to 330 miles. The next thing I'm gonna do is go into settings and go into trips. I'm going to reset this, and I'm going to rename this. I don't know the previous owner of the car, so trip to GA. Now I'm a little worried because I'm a little behind schedule right now. I'm actually supposed to be there by no later than 8:15, and it's currently 8. It says I'll be there at 8:52. So I'm thinking that hopefully that'll change as I drive, and it gives me like better routes and stuff like that. So we're gonna see. And then also when you're doing this, it's very important. I actually did not know this, but where you're gonna have to do is set arrival energy, which is gonna put me, I wanna be at about 65% when I get there, or at least 50% when I arrive. We'll bump it up to, let's do 50. Save, and then we'll see what the calculation does now. And it reorganizes the route based on how much range do I want to have when I get there. It actually will probably push it back even later. No, it actually made it early. It says I would arrive at 8:43. So what happens if I change that to, so let's say if I set arrival to 70%. Let's see what that changes it to. Because it changes the route. So as long as I'm taking the correct routes and stuff, we'll see. So it went back to 8:53. So I'm going to change this to 50. I'm going to leave it at 50% when I arrive. I can always change it later. And then it's going to pretty much, just basically calculate the route for me. And based on my efficiency, it will change certain things. So North Carolina, we're going to get to the first place at 12 minutes for the first supercharger. We'll have 15% when we arrive. 3 hours and 3 minutes as we're getting into the car. So I think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fine. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm a little nervous because this is something very different to me, and I'm already behind schedule. So hopefully I'm praying that I get there early enough to get a loaner car, because I need to get a loaner car because of some other issue that I'm having with the car. Very minor, but I'll talk about it in another video. When that time comes, it will be another dedicated video for it. And without further ado, let me get on the road. Let's start this 650 mile drive, which is long, but it's gonna be fun. And like I said, I'm gonna update you guys along the way. So let's get to it. Let's go. Just to give you guys a little bit, when you charge your car up to 100%, you're not really supposed to all the time. And then also another thing is that you don't get as much regenerative braking back. But once the battery is a little lower, you will get a little bit more regenerative braking. So as the battery winds down, you'll notice that the regenerative braking gets more aggressive. But I'm curious because the car just said at 100% it's 332 miles. This car's EPA rating is at 323 miles on a single charge. So I want to see how close I can get to that. And then also the good thing is I'm driving at night, so superchargers are going to be cheaper at night versus during the day. So we're on I-95 now, and then like I said, once we get there, once we get to the first destination, I'll let you guys know all the stats, how much range did we get, the efficiency, all that. So without further ado, guys, I'm gonna get on this road trip. I got a long drive ahead of me, and this is no efficiency test at all. I'm not trying to be as efficient. I'm trying to just drive normal as I would normally drive. I'm going to be using full self-driving along the way as well. I do have that enabled in this car. I'm also just going to be like, listening to music, having the heat on, just making sure I'm comfortable, because it is 45 degrees out here in Maryland right now. And it's going to be colder throughout the night. So that's also going to play into effect of the range of the car. But once we're down in Georgia, it should lighten up. Like, the range should be a lot better, or the battery efficiency should be a lot better, because it's going to be in the 70s all week, which is like ideal temperatures for EVs. So I'm confident that my Tesla's going to do well. Like I said, I charged it up to 100% so I can have the maximum range once I leave my house, and it will give me more time on the road before I reach the first supercharger, which it looks like I'm still going to be in VA, but at the very end of it. I got 3 hours, 2 hours 57 minutes and 197 miles, but it says I'll have 15% battery left at which is kind of interesting, but that range will change based on my efficiency. So I'm gonna keep it efficient. I'm gonna try to drive as good as possible, but hopefully, like, my guesstimate is that normally when I drove my Mercedes, because I have driven my Mercedes to Georgia before, it cost me, I had to fill up twice, so that was $200. I reckon that I think I can get, I'm trying to see if I can be, it will be under $100 by the time I get to my destination. Under $100. I'm thinking about anywhere from 60 to 80 bucks, so I'm interested to see what that's going to be like. The further south I go as well, the cheaper the electric is. So that's also going to play a good fact into it. If that's the case, this car is a huge game changer in terms of being cost effective. So I'm going to get on here, listen to some tunes. You guys, I'm going to put you on a little bit of a time lapse so you guys can enjoy a little bit of the ride with me. And once we get to the first supercharger station in about 3 hours, it's going to be 3 hours for me, but you guys is going to be like that. So the next clip will be us stopping at the supercharger station to recharge, and I'll let you know how much it costs. We're supposed to have 15% range when we get there, but if I can get more efficient, then obviously it'll push me farther away to another supercharger station. So we'll see what we can do. But all right, guys, I'm gonna focus on this drive. Talk to y'all soon. Wanted to point something out really quickly. I have 49% battery left, and it looks like the current drive, I've only done 123 miles with 49%. Well, so that's 51% of the battery has only given me 123 miles. That's a little low. And, you know, I mean, obviously, it's a little different with an electric car because you're using more energy as you're just in traffic like this. Like, you're not in any traffic, so I'm not even regenerating anything because I'm maintaining speed. So that makes sense. 124 miles, now 48%. But also, what goes into effect is the coldness outside. 48 degrees. So it's a little cold outside as well. We have another hour and 11 minutes till we get to the first supercharge station, which is approximately 77 miles left of distance from where I'm at now to that supercharger. And it's saying I'm gonna have 14% battery left by the time I get there. So I want to see how accurate that is. But then once we do the first charge up, it will show me like my full energy for that trip. So I'm going to give you guys updates on that as well. I'm a little disappointed in terms so far of how much range I'm actually getting. It's not necessarily a bad thing of how much range I'm getting, because this navigation, in terms of telling me where these charging stations are at and planning the route accordingly for me, I'm not too upset about it. I can still just go about my day and I'm not like stuck on the side of the road somewhere. I don't have range anxiety. That's not really it. I'm not really worried about that per se. I just noticed that, just I guess because there can be so many variables, like crosswinds, going uphill because I have to use more energy to go uphill, and you know, you never know the inclines and declines, so that plays into effect. Also, these tires, I don't know if they're EV tires or not, but I heard that also does the range. It also helps out the range as well. We're gonna see. Like these tires, I mean, they're I guess, you know, the dealership I bought the car from, you know, they just have like, you know, extra load tires that you could put on a Tesla, which, I mean, to me doesn't really matter, right? I mean, it's been cheaper than gas, so I'm not really worried about it. But, you know, eventually I would like to do an efficiency test to see, you know, where I'm going with this mileage and how much range can I actually get out of the car. Because when I charged it all the way up to 100%, it said that I would get around 332 miles of range. EPA estimates is like 323 miles of range. Also, what's majorly taken into effect is my speed. I'm not doing 70 miles an hour the whole drive. Like, I want to make sure I get there. I'm keeping the flow of traffic. So I am going a little faster. So that's also taking into account of that as well. Which, you know, you can get the EPA range if you do the exact, you know, miles per hour recommended, which is 70 miles an hour. But I'm doing like 75, 76. So it's you know, I'm going a little faster, just keeping up the flow of traffic. And that may eat into the range quite a bit. Again, it shouldn't be, it's not alarming to me just because of the fact that I do have supercharger stations along the way. And just to give you an idea of how many charging stations there are, all you really got to do is just click the supercharger station thing here, and these are all the stations that are in the area of where I'm currently at. So these are just not the ones on my ramp or my route planner within the navigation based on my destination and time frame. There's literally 6. That's my arrow right here, and there's literally 6 of 4. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 within that radius of me. And also, there's some that I just passed, or if I wanted to go west within Richmond, I just passed Richmond, Virginia. So I'm not worried about finding the charging. You know, also, what you have to realize as well, I'm gonna bring it back to my route. What you also have to realize as well is simply you have to work. You have to. The one thing that's a major thing is that gas-powered cars do the same thing. If you're driving faster, or you know, doing more of the engine, then yes, you're going. Like if you're using more gas because you're driving faster, you're going to consume more fuel. So it's the same thing. I'm not really worried about it, but yeah. Still fast says found 14%. About 14% by the time we get there. So, like I said, I'll let you know when you get to the first supercharger station. So, later. Alright, so we're coming up on the first supercharger, which is in South Hill, Virginia. And you would think it would be here where the commotion is at, but it's not. It's further down. I don't know where the heck this place is. So it's got to be in here. Pull in here. Yep, there they go. Okay, I see them. So this is like in the middle of nowhere. I don't like where these are at all. It's in the middle of dark, and there's no one else here except me. It's a little sus, but it's fine. Go ahead and back in. And I don't think there's another one for a little bit. I really don't feel comfortable parking here. Why would they put them here? Why wouldn't they put them somewhere else? Makes no damn sense. So, okay. So, first thing I want to do is I want to see something really quickly. How far is the next one down? Oh, there's no way I'm making it. Yeah, I have 12%. And I've only gotten 203 miles since 100 when I left. So, all right, well, this is where we're gonna have to charge, but it's fine. So we'll get out, I'll plug in my car. Just, come on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Just wait for it to turn green. And are we in business? Still blue. There we go. It's green. And when I tell you there's nothing around here, there's nothing around here. There's no one else here. It's just an empty building. Looks like this is a restaurant. But you would think there's a gas station and everything on the other side. You would think they would put it there, but I'm the only car here, so. So let's see how much charge we're gonna get. 140 kilowatt hours. I don't really feel comfortable, so I'm gonna lock the doors. But we're getting 500. We're getting 570 miles per hour, 141 kilowatt hours. So far, this is the first charge. So 200 miles out of the 650. So we did a quarter of the trip. I'm a little over a quarter of the trip already. Yeah, that range is bad, but it's only 40 degrees. And while I was out on the road, it dropped down to like 35. So we're going to sit here. I'm going to just like rest my eyes a little bit and get back to it in a couple of minutes. So one thing I definitely do appreciate so far is that this charge of rate of charge right here is definitely pretty good, considering one, I'm the only car here, and I don't think there's going to be another car here coming here anytime soon. I'm the only one here. The good thing about these charging stations is that you're not staying here for the full time. Like, you're staying here just enough for you to get to the next one. However, it's telling me that I'm going to stay another 10 minutes and then I can go. I'm probably going to stay 15 just to build a buffer, just because of the fact that, you know, due to the range of what I'm getting, I've used 297 watts per mile, just kind of high, and 203 miles of range. That's the distance that I've went, and that was 2 hours and 47 minutes. Now, if I go to the charging here, I've consumed 3% more than my trip projection. And that's because of my driving. like I said, I was doing over 70. Another good thing about this car is it tells you range tips. My climate control, they say, you know, I spoke to my friend Brian. He's always told me to keep it around 68. But when you do that, you can also have heated seats and the heated steering wheel, which I definitely have. But like, you know, like I love my heated steering wheel and heated seats. So I don't, you know, I realize in this car as well, like it's really quick to warm up. So definitely want to make sure that I keep it around 68 for that range. But yeah, I stay here for another 10 minutes. We're already at 29%. From 20%, we've gained like what? No, we're at 30 now. So we'll just, you know, stay here. As I said, I'm going to stay here for, like it says 10. I'm probably going to stay here for 15. Build a little bit of a buffer. And then, you know, try to get to the next one. The next one is going to be Mebane, North Carolina here. We're going to be going to Charlotte as well after that. Now it's telling me that I'll arrive at 8:57. Before it just said 8:30 something. So it's varying based on location and everything else. But what I'm doing here, and I definitely want to have 50% charge when I get to Tesla. However, I'm using Waze as well on my phone. And it's telling me that I'm going to arrive at that same Tesla service center at 7:23. But it's not realizing that I have to stop at supercharger stations. If you do the math really quickly, so these and these are the same unless that this is just a different route altogether. But I mean, it's pretty much keeping me on I-85, which is the normal route that I go to down in Georgia. But I noticed that here it's telling me that I will arrive at 8:58, which is weird because if we do the math, right, I'm here for 10 minutes. So 10 minutes from now is like what? 1:38. The next one I'll have to stop at 13 minutes. So 13, and then another 13 minutes that's 26. And then another 12 is what, 38 minutes. And then another 11 from that is 49 minutes. So about an hour of all these charging stations together, right? So it said that I should arrive at 8:30. Not like, so if we add an hour to this time based on these charging stations that I'm stopping at, I should be arriving there at 8:30, not 9 o'clock, which is what I'm a little confused by. I'm sure it's calculating traffic as well. That's another thing I have to worry about due to the fact that, you know, it is midweek and then we're going to be in rush hour traffic by that time. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to like relax for a little bit. I'm already at 37%, as you guys can see here, 38%. I'm going to get some rest really quickly before I have to get back on the road. So peace out. All right. It says that I have enough energy from the next trip. So we'll unplug here. 67%, which is equivalent to 221 miles. Next charging station is 94 miles away from here, an hour and a half. So let's unplug and we'll continue on this journey. That closes automatically. All right. Okay, let's roll. And just like that, how much did that charging cost us? Charging. Wow, that was 15 bucks. Not bad. Really? Was that much? Well, I guess I was on low charge too. That was gonna be cheaper than that. So far I spent 15.45, getting approximately 100 and something miles of range, which isn't bad. So off to the next one. our second supercharger with 21% left. I'll show you the this one's out of Sheets. Okay, good. It's not in the middle of the dark where I can get kidnapped. But I will definitely say car's doing pretty good for the most part. The car is definitely doing pretty well. No issues, no problems. Literally from the first supercharger to the second supercharger, full FSD until I just took over, and no issues. The car just does very, very well with cruising. But we're about to pull up now to that second supercharger. Where are you? And it's at the Sheets here. There they go on the side. So I'm gonna pull in. Alright, I think just go this way. Yeah, we can just go this way here. Alright, I'm gonna pull in. Back into the supercharge stations. And right now we're in Melbourne, North Carolina. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull in towards the end here. There we go. We'll just back in. Okay. All right. So now we have 21%, which is 70 miles left of range. FSD uses more energy, 334 watts per mile, from 60-something% to 20%. We've only driven 96 miles. But next one is Charlotte. So we're wasting time. Let's go ahead. Let's plug in. Oh, Lord. Car's doing extremely well, though. Come on. There we go. Hop her on in. All right. So I'll get back in the car. Starting to charge. So these are 250 kilowatt hour superchargers now. It's telling me to stay here for 12 minutes, but I'm going to stay here a little longer than that just to get a little extra range in the battery. We're at 169, 215, 230, 239, 245, 247. Nice. All right, so it's right at that peak, 1,000 miles per hour of charging. Now it's ramping down just because of the fact that it only does it for a couple of seconds depending on how much range you have left in the battery. So 900 and something, 12 minutes, and then we'll be back on the road. I'm actually going to stay here for a little longer than that. I'm a little tired, so I'm starting to get a little tired, so I'm just going to nap real quick. Then I'll come to you guys once I'm ready to, take the supercharger off and get back on the road. All right, guys, so we're on the next way to the next supercharger. 1 hour, 36 minutes, 107 miles away from here. We'll have 20%. We're now at 72%. What did that charge cost us? So far, 1504 plus 1347. 1347. So now that's what? $28, and we're already in North Carolina. Let's go to the next one. I'm excited. This is great. All right, guys, we're approaching the third supercharger, and this one is supposed to be even faster than the last one. First one was 150, the second one was 250, this one's 325. This is a version 3 supercharger. So about to get off now. Looks like we have to get a little bit off the road, which I'm like, I really don't like that a lot. The deviate that goes so far away from the main highway. But it looks like it's at a mall. At least that's what I read. And we're in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. No turn on red. So I will not turn on red. I will follow the traffic rules. But one thing I do like, I also notice, is that every time we come up to a supercharger station, I would say when we have about an hour left, it will start preconditioning to that supercharger about an hour out. And then I think to precondition it only takes about 40 minutes because it just started up again. You'll see this little icon up here. This is like ideal for, this thing's far. This is not even near. It's not even close off the highway. But you know, who's complaining? I'm not. But the preconditioning will make the charge time a lot quicker. And then also FSD's helping out a lot, like with this drive. Like, I'll tell you that much. Like, sometimes, because in a normal gas power car, you can't have your car drive itself. You know, like, you have to pull over. But in this car, you don't. You just like let the car do the work. To be completely honest, and let the car just do the work, get it all done, and then you know, you can just sit back and clear, like, you know, like relax your mind. But we're heading there now. We're almost there. You know, it tells you like, hey, there's stalls out of order, or also it tells you, hey, there's X amount of charging stalls for you. You know, so it's cool. It's cool. So we gotta go up the block. This is far off the highway. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is like far. It's not anywhere near the highway, which adds time. So, but it's 325 kilowatt hours, so I ain't too mad. And there they go right over there. So I'm gonna pull in right here. Alright, we're pulling right here. Oh, I know these guys are lucky with these houses. And these are the new ones. Oh, these are fire. These are the new ones. These are the V3s. Version 3 superchargers. Look at that. And I had them all to myself. Look like someone backed into that one though. You know, some people just can't drive. I will park right on in the middle. Let's back up. This one will be right near Starbucks, but it's so damn early. It's so damn early that Starbucks is not even open yet. But it's all right. Go ahead and plug up. Oh, this thing's so heavy. These are beefier cables. All right. There we go. All right, awesome. But yeah, so I mean, so far it's been good. Like these trips have definitely been good so far. The Model 3 long-range dual motor has definitely been doing great. Ooh, that might be a thumbnail. Yeah, I was gonna make that a thumbnail. But it's been great. It's been very reliable. It's been great. It's been fun. These chargers are a lifesaver to make this experience seamless. Oh man. So now we're gonna be here. Let's see, 201, 204. What we got? 207. So we're not getting the full 325. It's kind of a bummer. All right, well, it's still ramping up a little. No, it's actually slowing down now. All right, yeah, it's sticking around. Anywho, doesn't matter. We will have enough range. And I like the fact that stall that's broken, the one that's all the way at the end crooked, because someone don't know how to drive. This one, it tells you when you get to the location that all the stalls out of order. Please park at another one. So I'm cool with that. We're getting about 820 miles per hour. I'm gonna take another rest break. Your boy was sleepy. Starting to really get tired. But I'm gonna rest for a little bit. I'm gonna stay on this plug for a little longer than 11 minutes, probably like 15. Get a little extra range in her, and then we'll hop back out and continue on this journey. Oh. How much was that charge? All right, 116 miles. This one's a push. So now we're gonna be going to South Carolina with this one push through here, from here to there. How much was our charge? $10.89. Nice. So we're at basically $30. No, I'm lying. We're at $40. Yeah, $40. Can't beat it, and I'm already almost in South Carolina. So, all right, you know the drill by now. We're gonna go, and that's it. Let's roll. Good morning. It is 6:51 and I have 114 miles left of my journey, and I need to get off here. So I need to squeeze in here, right through here, yee, like that, because no one wants to let me over. That's perfectly fine. And we're going to supercharger number 4. This one we're going to be at for a few minutes, probably like 10, 13. But I'm gonna up it, and I've already been whatchamacallit already, preheating the battery, preconditioning the batteries. So where are these they're in the corner of this gas station here. That's crazy, because you know what's so funny? I usually stop at these same gas stations sometimes when I'm he's in a rush. Nice. Okay, okay, I'm not by myself here. This is not gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to cut somebody's energy. Oh, someone's leaving. Dude, that's freaking awesome. Someone has a new Y available. All right, I'm gonna park here then. So, park here. And we'll be here for a little bit. And wow, that's the new. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he just left. Oh, actually, let me see. Then maybe since he just left, I'll move over into the middle spot here. So the thing about Tesla supercharger stations, everybody knows the rule. It's like a urinal, right? You don't go to the very next one unless if you absolutely have to. But this guy just left with the damn. I wanted to just ask him a couple of questions about the new Y. It's the first time I've seen one in the wild. So now we will. It says be here for 9 minutes. I'm definitely gonna stay here longer than that. I got 21%. I'm gonna go in here and use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll be on our way. So I definitely need to sleep with some more. So let's plug her in. All right. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Charging. Yep, we're charging. What is the range? What was the rate? 100. So this is a 250 kilowatt hour thing, and we are ramping up. 234, 246, 249, 240. Okay, so we're at the peak, so which is fine. So, like I said, it'll peak and then it'll drop off a little bit and then stay stagnant. So it says be here for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna stay here a little longer than that. It says I'll be at Tesla at 858, 859. I'm gonna get a little more range in the battery, just so that I can, you know, drive a little faster, so I can make up some time. But I'm gonna use the bathroom. I really gotta use the bathroom. Been holding it for like the past 30 minutes. So let me go in here, use the bathroom, and I'll come back out and talk to you guys. All right, guys. Hopefully you can see my face. It's kind of dark in here, but this keeps changing. So I noticed that I was going to Buford before, and it's always been that way. Now I set my arrival for 30% because there's a supercharger station right near there, and it's saying now go to Commerce and charge there for 6 minutes. And then I'm 115 miles away from my location now to the service center. So it says I'll get there at 9:07. I wanted to get there in the 8s, but I do want to make sure I have range too. I don't want to make sure I don't have no range. So now we have 187 miles of range, which equates to $57. And if we go to the price of this charging, that's equivalent to, it's a $9 charge, which is nothing. So we're at 40, and so 9 here, so we're at like 49 bucks so far, and we're almost there. We're almost in Georgia. We're pretty much almost into the border of, well, no, we still got some more. No, yeah, we're almost in the border of Georgia. So yep, just trying to figure this out. We're still charging here. It says 25 minutes to charge fully. I'm gonna get to about 60% maybe. Yeah, 60%, and then I'm gonna see if this changes as I'm driving. I really don't want to stop in Commerce. I wanted to stop in Buford, which is here. So this is where it wants me to stop. This is where I would have stopped before, and it's a lot closer to the service center from there. So I'm hoping that changes, because really I don't need to. I mean, maybe I would need to stop, but yeah, I would like that to change. So we'll see once I get back on the highway. We'll see what happens, but yeah, like I said, 59%. I'm gonna charge to 60, and then we're gonna get right back on the road and hightail it to Georgia. And then I'm gonna play with this thing a little bit to see if I can get it to go back to Buford. I know I can just select it, but I want to know why it now doesn't want me to go to Buford. Maybe it's because it's rush hour, and you know, these charging stations, it tells you how many people are at a charging station, if there's any wait times. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I don't know. Well, I'm gonna figure it out. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna unplug. Yep, we're at 60% now. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug. Well, 61, and we'll get the show on the road. So let's go ahead and get it done. All right, so we're on the road now, still driving. Wow, battery my battery is a little low, so that's not good. I'll have to charge this like now. But updates, lots of great updates. This did update on its own, so now it says I'm going to Swanee, and it pretty much puts me 20 minutes from the dealership. So now it's saying 9:07. I'll have 35% range when I arrive at said destination. And right now it is 7:28. I have 52 miles, 52% of battery left. And that last charge was just under $11. So altogether, I think I've spent 60 bucks. I'm gonna do a full calculation at the end of the video so that, you know, you guys can, you know, understand how much does it really cost to drive from Maryland to Georgia. I mean, or just depends on where you guys are driving to, but I can tell you right now, significantly cheaper. Like, now vouching for that and actually experiencing it, it's significantly cheaper. And finally, we got some daylight. It's a gorgeous day here. You know, just driving along. The car's doing great. No issues with the car at all. No problems. But I don't know if you can hear that rattle. There's like a rattle in this back door, and that's what the car is going in for service for. But that rattle, I hope you can hear that because it's driving me nuts. But I have an appointment, so my appointment is at 8:15. So hopefully they'll still be able to provide me a loaner car. I'm getting here by 9:06. So hopefully they can hook your boy up, because I don't know what I'm going to do without no loaner car. And like I said, I've been driving for 9.5 hours. So hopefully they can do something. So we'll see. So yeah, that rattle's still going on. But guys, I believe we are about to be in Georgia. This guy's blocking the welcoming sign. Let's see. Are we in Georgia yet? Oh, it's beautiful out here. Gorgeous. Yep, welcome to Georgia. All right, we're in Georgia. We got 68 miles left to get to this supercharger, and we're only going to be here for approximately 5 minutes, and then we will arrive at Tesla with 35% battery, which is fine. Hopefully they charge it. If not, there's a supercharger station right near the dealership that I can charge the car at. So not really too concerned about it, but should be fun. So yeah, I think like the supercharger station network is cool. It actually does work. Some of the locations I don't like where they put them. Like the first one, for instance, that one was just in the dark. So it looks like it was in a restaurant parking lot. And the issue with that was simply, you know, it's 1:30 in the morning. Restaurants close. Usually I like I usually like the charging stations right near convenience stores or rest area stops. So that was it threw me off a little bit. The next one was actually at a Sheetz, so I can go inside, use the bathroom, buy a cup of coffee, you know, spend a little bit of my time there, and then hit the road again. The third one, which is the third, what was the third one? That one was okay. And then the fourth one that I just left, oh yeah, the third one was the V4 charger, I'm sorry, the V3s. That was in front of a Starbucks, but Starbucks was not open. That was in Charlotte. And then we went to Piedmont, South Carolina. That one was another sketch area. So it was at a gas station, which is cool. But the issue with it was that the store was closed, the convenience store was closed, there was nobody in it, and there's nothing around. It's just right off the highway. I mean, that's a perk. It's right off the highway. I don't have to go through a neighborhood. But, you know, at these stops, you kind of want to be able to eat, you know, relax and replenish and get back on the road. But it was just 6 to 8 stalls there. And that's where we saw, like, you know, slightly the new Model Y. But yeah, other than that, that was pretty much it. So we're in Georgia now. Now it's just a countdown. We got 58 minutes left to that supercharger station. And I should arrive at Tesla at 9:04. I'm shaving this time down. I got 44% battery left, which equivalates to 145 miles. I only need 64 miles to get to Suwanee, Georgia. So, yeah. And this truck is not moving. Don't you hate when trucks drive in a fast lane? I know he's trying to get around, but he's been here for a while. Just trying to get around, brother. You need to pull over to the right and let cars pass you, because this car's behind me too, but I digress. But yeah, just giving you an update. I think the supercharger station network does work. I think it's very cool. Also, with my first experience using multiple of them on one road trip, I wouldn't say that I wasn't comfortable before, but owning a Tesla now and then being able to do this makes me even more comfortable. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit, and I'm gonna wrap up this video at the next charging station. So all right, I'll see you guys there. Suwanee, Georgia, last charging station stop with 14% battery life left in the high voltage battery. We're getting off right here. It's a little crowded coming off, but the light's green, so we should be fine. Ugh, that morning Georgia traffic going into the Atlanta metropolitan area. Luckily, I'm not going that way. I'm hoping I'm not going that way. But it said that I should get, so I shaved a lot of time off. It said I was going to get there at 9:07. Now I'm getting to the dealership at 8:56. If these cars will go. They probably won't be able to go. But we made it. We made it. I didn't have a worry. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't worried. You know, I'm being a little dramatic, but the overall experience was pretty cool. Very seamless. No issues. No issues finding the chargers. Like I said, a couple locations could have been in a better location. But other than that, it was pretty dope. The car did flawless. The car was extremely smooth. But yeah, hopefully we can get to this charger in like a couple minutes. Oh, it's going back up now because we're just sitting here. All that time that I made up on the highway is spent because it's, well, I mean, I get it. It's literally during the morning rush, so I'm making this light, which I just did. All right, so he said the chargers should be right here, and I see them. I see the chargers. They're right here. Bingo, found them. Okay, so this is not far from the dealership. So worst case scenario, if they don't charge my car, then I can plug up around here. So all right, let's back this. You know the drill. Back it up. That sun's in my face. Yeah. Alright, we're only going to be charging for a couple of minutes. So, grab these. Oh, these look beat up. Alright, pop it in there. And now, we'll just wait here for a couple minutes. Oh, cheap. 27 cents a kilowatt hour. What are we getting? This, I think, is a 250 kilowatt hour charger. 243, 240, 149, 150, 151. We're ramping up. 14%. I need to be here for 5 minutes. And there's no place that's open right now, but it's fine. Yeah, 4 minutes, and then it's only a 19-minute drive to the dealership, and it says I'll still be there at 8:55. So that concludes it. This was a great experience. This is easy to do. It's not hard. It's not nerve-wracking. It's very simple to do. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It's not complicated at all. It's very, very self-explanatory to do it, and I love the fact that Tesla makes it simple for you, because other charging stations, as far as their networks, are not easy to use. They don't all work. There's no way to knowing what stall works until you get there and plug in to find out it doesn't work, versus this that'll tell you which stalls do not work before you even get to it, which is a huge win. So you can kind of plan beforehand. So guys, that concludes this video. I made it to Georgia, and as far as time frame, not bad at all. Not bad at all. And as far as time frame, and I got here in a reasonable amount of time. Yes, I would have got here a little faster with a gas car, but knowing me, I probably would have slept like pulled over on the side of the road and slept a little bit. So I did that at every charging station every time I charged. So I killed two birds with one stone, and I didn't have to just randomly stop, to sleep or to just catch my Z's for a second for being tired on the road. But yeah, but guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14, guys. Always remember that cars are a lifestyle. All right, guys. So, since I've been to Georgia, I've driven approximately 1,339 miles. It's me coming to Georgia and driving around Georgia. And also, the amount of kilowatt hours used was 378, an average of 282 watts per mile. It's actually not terrible. So with this car, I mean, like right now we're fully charging because I'm about to go back to Maryland tomorrow. So I'm charging it up to 100% tonight. I'm using a 110, but I already set up charging for this location for a 240 volt outlet. But yeah, I mean, the car did great. There's a lot of places where you don't think the car can charge, but everywhere, because we didn't have a charging setup in the house, so other than not having a charging setup at home, I was able to supercharge everywhere. When we went to malls, every mall that we went to, when we went out to eat or we went out shopping, they had charging available, and all the charging stations at the malls were free. They're a little slow, but they allow you to stay there for 2, sometimes 3 hours for free. And that's a game changer for me. So, that it's definitely worked out well. Like I said, we're at 94%. It takes 4 hours. We're on a 110 outlet right now. That's why. But it will charge overnight. When I wake up in the morning, I will have 100%. And then I will be driving back to Maryland. But this car has done fantastic in terms of its range. I did notice one thing when I did get to Georgia. The range and the battery life in terms of per charge, my charge lasts a lot longer because the weather's much nicer and warmer down here. So I definitely was able to see that within my range. My range actually did improve once I was driving down here. And supercharging, even though you're not supposed to do it all the time, I had no other choice. I supercharged once a day while I was here. I drove a lot. I already scheduled for an electrician to come to the house, and he's going to install a 240 volt outlet, and I will use my UMC, which is my universal mobile connector, my NEMA 1450, and yeah, that's gonna be it. But guys, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. It was a long video to make, and it taught me a lot about the car. It told me a lot about EVs and Teslas in terms of range. So I hope you guys did appreciate that, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good night.